Hi, my name is William. My life before Christ, I grew up in the Lutheran Church, St. John's Lutheran in Knoxville, Tennessee. Um, Growing up, I learned all about the Lutheran doctrine. I participated in communion at a young age. Every year we traded bread to communion wafers. As I got older, I became an acolyte behind the pastor, and I sat up at the pulpit every Sunday and every Wednesday. As I got older, they put me in what's called a confirmation class to confirm your faith. That class is designed to indoctrinate you into the Lutheran doctrine. And after 8 years of that, of course, I graduated, but I didn't retain anything from it. In between leaving the Lutheran Church, I worked for the United Methodist Group as a camp counselor at Wesley Woods. And of course, then I knew about God, but honestly, I didn't really care. I didn't retain anything from the church. In between getting saved and there, I fell into paganism. I got mixed up with some Native American friends of mine and began to study spiritualism. Without going into more detail, it's not a path that I recommend for anybody. And then Christ came to me in August of 2021 when I was 27 years old. I got saved at a church called Fellowship Baptist. But my salvation was at home, out of the church. Over time, as I studied the Bible and prayed for understanding, I just kept getting convicted, and I learned more and more, and I began to see myself in others. Ever since then, I haven't turned back to my old ways. My conscience is clean. I can sleep well at night knowing that if I die tomorrow, if I die tonight, I know where I'm going because of what Christ did, and only Christ. The best I can say it is that we live under grace, and that is the best first piece of wisdom that anyone looking to learn more about the gospel could receive. He gave me peace in a time where I didn't know where to go in my life, and there was a low point in my life where I was suicidal and I wanted to end it all. I didn't think there was anywhere to go after death, and that was a very low point in my life. And now I have hope. I have reassurance, and I know for sure the truth. Jesus died as payment for sin, the entirety of sins of man. I know that his payment was enough for the cost of all of my sins and all of your sins. When I learned there's no man on this earth that deserves to go to heaven, that we live under God's grace from the gift that Jesus supplied us, that is when I first began to question how I was living my life. I began to look at others and see myself. Since my salvation, I've been doing my best to connect with others. Although it's hard as a Christian, because for the most part, you're just going to get turned away. But for those that you do connect to, the feeling I can't describe, seeing somebody else coming to the Lord and being saved. I actually have limb-girdle muscular dystrophy, which is a rare genetic disorder. It's incurable and there's no treatment for it. And I also recently discovered I have Asperger's syndrome, which is why it's difficult for me to speak sometimes. But it's that quirkiness that I use to connect with people. And despite my disability and everything I've gone through in my life, for somebody who doesn't believe, ask yourself, how could somebody that has gone through as much as I've gone through and continue to go through still have a faith that's unwavering?